Authenticity isn't a nice to have in leadership. It's a non-negotiable. In a world full of facades, only your truth is the boldest move you can make. Welcome to the Danni Vee Show, the podcast for high-performing business owners, leaders, and entrepreneurs ready to lead with elegance, courage, and radical responsibility. I'm Danni Vee, and I'm here to help you strip away the fluff and step fully into your power at the boardroom and in business. In each episode, we'll share no-nonsense insights and real conversations on what it takes to show up authentically, make tough decisions with grace, and create impact at the highest levels. So if you're ready to own your voice and lead on your terms, you're in the right place. So let's dive in. Welcome to episode 2 of the Danni Vee Show. I am so excited to have you back here to learn more about how you can really step into that authentic leadership in business and in life. Now, a little recap on episode 1. This was my very first episode. So there's a little bit of an introduction of who I am and why I am creating the Danni Vee Show. And we also step into the EMBODY framework and what that looks like, how you can implement that into your life, and also what that really means. So really having a look at the energetics, the mindset, the body, the ownership, direction, and you. So if you haven't listened, jump back over to episode 1, and I'd love for you to leave a review and let me know what your biggest takeaway was. So I've just gotten back from MCing the AHRI, so the Australian HR Queensland State Conference. And I am so excited about what it looks like to really stand on stage with all the speakers that were there. It really got me thinking about the energetics of the embodied framework and how executive presence is so important to be able to hold space, walk into a room and be noticed. Many of the speakers over the last 2 days were really capable of coming onto the stage and stopping the crowd to listen to what they were talking about. And that's what I'd like to share with you today on how you can do that too. Brené Brown has this awesome quote of authenticity is magic. It's magnetic. And this is how we really need to focus on what does authenticity mean? It's such a buzzword at times, isn't it? Like people just talk about, oh yes, I'm authentic, be authentic. But if you don't know who you are, how are you going to be authentic? On Friday at the state conference, Ben Ikem was interviewed. And one of the biggest things that came away from me when he was speaking is that he didn't become a great leader until he became self-aware, until he became aware of his thoughts, of his patterns, of the way that he showed up as a leader. Seems pretty simple, right? Become self-aware and you can really create that executive presence. But I know that it is a process and it's something that you can really nail, or you can be completely oblivious to the why you're doing things and the way that you're doing things. So today I'd like to step into a really easeful way of how you can start really having that executive presence when you walk into every room, and also how you can become self-aware of your thoughts, the way you show up, and, even just the emotions that you're feeling every single day. So the first step to doing this is to build trust. And that's not building trust with others, it's building trust with yourself. Trusting that you know the best way to lead yourself. Trusting that you have the grit, you have the resilience, you have what it really takes to step into being that true leader. It's the difference between being heard and being dismissed. So I have a bit of a challenge for you this week. And what I'd like you to do is become aware of your thoughts. Be the detective of what are you thinking and saying to yourself that's stopping you from showing up in the room and being seen. The way that you can do that is being just like capturing it. So you're just capturing these thoughts when they happen. So for example, for me, when I was really going through understanding what my thoughts are and understanding why I was not getting to where I was why my team was not listening to what I wanted them to say, I started making notice of what that actually meant. And one of the big things that came up for me was nobody's listening to me. So I would enter a room, I would enter a meeting, I would enter even sometimes with clients, oh, nobody listens to me. And so then my actions would show that. I would keep quiet. I would not speak up my truth. I would shrink down and just not allow people to know the knowledge that I had. So when I started becoming aware of that saying of nobody listens to me, that thought pattern, I started shifting it to, I know how I can support this person when I was with clients. When I was in meetings, listen more actively so that I could find where I could share my knowledge. And when I walked into a room, I let people know who I was. So instead of going, oh, hi, I'm Danni, I would ask them about themselves and then in return know that I could say, hi, I'm Danni Vee. I'm a performance coach for business owners and entrepreneurs, and I help them step into confidence every single day. And people would listen. So my challenge for you is to start capturing those thoughts and writing a reframe. So what could that reframe be for you? And another question is, how are you turning up right now? So I want you to actually have a focus on when you walk into a room and when you walk into a meeting and ask yourself, how am I showing up right now? I really want you to remember that you already have what it takes. This is already inside of you. I want you to know about becoming something new. She is there. And this is about returning to who you truly are. So I want you to stay grounded. I want you to stay powerful, and I want you to stay authentically you. And I'd love for you to leave a review on this podcast and let me know what's your biggest takeaway on how you can step into your executive presence today. Until next time, I'm Danni Vee, and this is the Danni Vee Show. Thank you so much for joining me on the Danni Vee Show today. I hope you're leaving this episode feeling inspired and empowered. My goal is always to bring you elegant insights with a bold impact. If you enjoyed our conversation, I invite you to subscribe to the show and leave a quick review. Your feedback not only means the world to me, but it also helps other growth-minded leaders find this community. Remember, leadership is an inside-out journey. The poise, the passion, and the purpose we cultivate within ourselves are what transform the world around us. So until next time, stay true to your vision and keep leading with the unique mix of grace and strength. Stay radiant, stay resilient, and I'll be right here cheering you on. I can't wait to hang out with you again on the next episode of the Danni Vee Show.